Kimmy. So we're at the what is this called? The Century Plaza Hotel. Century Plaza Hotel. Okay, and so your workshop they are spicy, huh? They're good though, but they're spicy, but they're kind of addicting. So your workshop you're talking about is breaking down the barriers to prosperity. Did I get that right?
Your own, yeah, sort of.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong.
It's healing invisible barriers to prosperity. And the ones that we know about, we can take care of. It's not a big thing. But the ones that we don't know about are invisible. Like a person's tendency to under-earn, right? It could be someone who is a multi-millionaire and they still under-earn. And there could be someone who makes $1,000 a month and they live in abundance. The difference is their mindset and their intention to live with abundance and care and integrity.
Just like that, huh?
Like that.
So what would be a barrier to me having prosperity in my life, for example?
Being an adrenaline junkie, having excitement about being in crisis be a source of excitement for you, versus having a standard of excellence or standard for peace. And so if you have a standard for your life of peace, then you set your life up in such a way that creates that. But most people who have money problems have not seriously and consciously sat down and declared peace in the area of their finances. And when you declare peace, and then what happens next is you must set yourself up in such a way that it creates peace. But we think about, okay, if I only had this amount, if I only were able to get that job, or only able to accomplish this or that, fewer people ask, what would create peace? It's a very powerful question. What will create peace in this area? And
God, I feel peace just thinking of that.
And it's a very simple question, and the answer is actually very simple. And by asking the question, you now call in the answer. And the answer might surprise you. The answer might be, have more to do with gratitude and being a good steward over what it is that you do have. So getting clear on what would bring you financial peace. And it doesn't necessarily mean you have to be a multimillionaire. And as a matter of fact, bloom where you're planted. How do I bloom where I'm planted? How do I take the resources that I have now and be a good steward over these things and create peace? So if you have a health in this society, particularly Los Angeles, it's all about the designer this and purchasing self-worth or self-esteem or self-concept. Well, if you have a healthy self-concept, you don't have to buy one. And therefore, money that's being wasted and spent to do something that's your God-given right from before you had a name, you can then begin to use those financial resources in a way that actually benefits you and not Nordstrom's.
Right? That's a really good, that's a good point.
Those are some of the things that we'll talk about in the training. And really clearing the beliefs. There's little beliefs. They're very small, but shifting those beliefs creates all the difference. I'll tell you a story. When I was 5 years old, I got an idea to start a candy. I used to go to the candy store, and I thought this woman was just enchanted, and she had it's like the counter and like all these candies, right? It says, in the box it says 24 count. And I have to go, 24 count. 1, 2, 3, I have to count them all the time. So I just thought it was like a wonderland. So I decided I wanted to have my own candy store. So I asked for 4 quarters, got a whole $1, and this was back in the days of Jolly Ranchers, which was my favorites, were a penny. So I got 100 of them. I got 10 of each color, and As soon as the store closed, I think the store closed like 6 o'clock, I set out my little tray, and I was 4 years old. Oh, you couldn't tell me a thing. I put it out and see if you have, and see when you want to make a profit, it's like you have a penny, so it's like a penny and a half. So I didn't know how to make profit, so I just started, well, how much is it? I'm like, 5 cents. I didn't know what to say, but I just had the shoebox full of money. Right? You go, well, it's only a penny at the store. I'm like, yeah, the store's closed, isn't it? Yeah.
Wow, capitalist Kim.
a shoebox full of money. And so, of course, one of the kids got upset and was jealous, or he didn't have any money. I don't know what it was. And we kind of got into a little fight. And my grandmother came out, and she put me on punishment, made me stay in the corner because we were fighting. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I thought it was because I was making money. So from that moment, I always thought, I had this belief, this underlying belief that if I make money, and a lot of money, it will lead to something bad. It will lead to someone, you know, it leads to bad things. That I'd be punished for it. I remember later on, I did this event, and I had like some of the top women in Los Angeles there. Just the top. It was off the chain. It was packed, standing room only. And I had an MC, and they were like, well, who did this? Who put this on? I was literally hiding because I thought I was going to get in trouble. I felt like I was going to be in trouble. Like, oh my God. And they wanted to applaud me for putting it on, but I felt that I was going to be in trouble.
Wow.
So there's like this angst that used to come when it came to making a lot of money. I would figure out some kind of way to sabotage it. So once I got past that, I was able to create millions and millions of dollars because I would, and I'm not saying it went away, but I could walk through it. I could walk through it. So that's